welcome to a short story scene. I'm your host, the storyteller, and here we have a tale called A Prayer for My Daughter by W.B. Yeats. Once more the storm was howling and half hid under the cradle hood and cover lid. My child sleeps on, there is no obstacle but Gregory's wood and one bare hill, whereby the haystack and roof leveling wind brid on the Atlantic can be stayed, and for an hour I have walked and prayed. Because of the great gloom that is in my mind, I have walked and prayed for this young child an hour, and heard the sea winds scream upon the tower, and upon the arches of the bridge, and scream in the elms above the flooded stream, imagining an excited reverie, for that the future years had come, dancing to frenzied drum, out of the murderous innocence of the sea. May she be granted beauty and yet not beauty to make a stranger eye distraught of hers before the looking glass, for such, being made beautiful overmuch, considered beauty a sufficient end, loose natural kindness, and maybe a heart-revealing intimacy, that chooses right and never find a friend. Helen, being chosen, found life flat and dull, and later had much trouble from the fool, while that the great queen that rose out of the spray, being fatherless, could have her way, yet chose a brandy-legged smith for man. It's certain that the fine woman ate, and the crazy salad with their meat, whereby the horn of plenty is undone. In curiosity I've had her chiefly learned, hearts are not had as a gift, but hearts are earned by those that are not entirely beautiful, yet many that have played the fool, for beauty's very self has charmed, made wise, and many a poor man that have loved and thought himself beloved, from the glad kindness cannot take his eyes. May she become a flourishing hidden tree, that all her thoughts may like the linnet be. I have no business but dispensing round their magnitudes and sounds, nor that the merriment began a chase, nor but in the merriment a quarrel. May she live like some green laurel, rooted in one dear perpetual place. My mind, because of the minds that I have loved, the sorts of beauty that I have approved, prosper little and has dried up and late. Yet know that the choked with hate may the well be in the evil chances chief. If there is no hatred in mine, assault the battery of the wind, can never tear linen from the leaf. And intellectual hatred is the worst, so let her think opinions are accursed. Have I not seen the loveliest woman born out of the mouth of plenty's horn, because of her appointed mind, and bear the horn in every good, by quiet natures understood? For any old bellows full of angry wind, consider that, all hatred driven hence, the soul recovers radical innocence, and learns at last that it is a self-delighting, self-appeasing, self-affrighting, and that its own sweet will is heaven's will. She can, though every face should scowl, and every wind quarter howl, for every bellows burst, be happy still, and may her bridegroom bring her to a house where all the accustomed ceremonious and the arrogance and the hatred are the wares, peddled in the thoroughfares, of how the custom and ceremony and the innocence and beauty born. Ceremony is a name for the rich horn, and the customs of the spreading laurel tree. And that concludes our tale, A Prayer for My Daughter by W.B. Yeats.